Hey folks, how's it going? So, I've been watching the charts constantly over the last, always, and I haven't actually placed many trades over the last few days because we haven't really been given much of a direction. Because when we're looking at Bitcoin, it's been choppy, chop, and it's only been the last sort of few days where Bitcoin started to sort of show its hand which way it's going to go. But when you look at Bitcoin on the weekly chart, it looks actually rather compelling. So obviously I've got this line over here, which again, like all of these lines up here, is not one single line. There's going to be a whole bunch of lines. It could be stuff like that. I would say most of it starts around here. Or even quite, I guess you could extend this all the way down to here maybe for some of these lines, but either way, there's going to be a big fat Mars bar level of support somewhere around here. And the weekly chart is quite interesting that we've got a bit of a high test there now in a falling market. Therefore, I really wouldn't be surprised to see a move down to 35k now. But just placing you can't just go short based on a weekly chart because you'll get whipsawed the hell out of. So moving down onto the sort of the daily chart, it doesn't really help us either. The reason being is that we've got one big fat red candle now, and so what you don't want to be doing is shorting it at the bottom of this big red candle when it could easily pull back a bit. And again, the proper crash hasn't really been confirmed yet, because we could bounce off one of these sort of imaginary sort of support levels back up here. There's absolutely nothing saying that Bitcoin can't do another pump up to 42 before coming back down. Now obviously you have to look at everything else, and so I always look at the VIX. VIX is showing risk off at the moment. Everyone's scared. It's a pretty interesting look at the moment because we've got the whole war situation. We've got rising interest rates, we've got crazy debt levels, we've got the food crisis that's going to be inbound, and hence obviously when we're looking at stocks, the dollar's also just going nuts, which is just nuts. But yeah, the S&P, the Dow is really quite breaking down. I mean, you can see this 200 EMA, and don't forget the 200 SMA, is what pretty much every fund manager on the planet uses. You think that some fund managers that have billions of dollars have really sophisticated sort of investment methods, but you'll be surprised how many billionaires out there will just plot one simple moving average, either 200, and their investment strategy will be as simple as: if it's below the line, I short and sell. If it's above, I buy and hold. Simple as that. So what's happening here is that this sort of acted as support, and we've had not real commitment below the line, but now we've had a double top. There's the neckline, and that neckline of that double top is pretty much the neckline of all this sort of NDV, and we've plopped through it quite comprehensively. We've pulled back to Kobo it, and now it's a sayonara candle. But again, you don't really want to short it here because it could just pull back up to 33600. So yeah, and everything else is gonna pump down. And so I remember drawing some circles, some little holes. Was it that one? No, I'll have to go through the list to find them. But yeah, some white holes which seemed quite far away are starting to be. Obviously, I think I've just deleted a whole bunch of. Oh yeah, the ADA one. That hole is now being filled. Where else? Yeah, GMT. Was it GMT or K? AVAX. Look at this support level here. Actually, that support level's back there, to be more precise. And that's probably going to be something like that. But yeah, this level breaches. We've got a nice sort of double top here. Moving down to 55 is going to be pretty darn sweet. But I'm still super cautious. As we can see here, we're starting to see move downs. I don't want to short everything just now, so I had some tentative trades. So the wave trade is that we posted either today or yesterday. It's doing really well, and the ICP and Aave from tonight. Aave has moved very nicely. So where's Aave? There we go. Yeah, got some nice follow through coming here soon. But yeah, we've got that nice head and shoulders neckline. We should see a move down to sort of 135 pretty easily. So yeah, I'm gonna be, so normally I would probably snatch some profits here, but because I placed these trades on the 12-hour chart, I don't need to sort of snatch as much. I can give it a little bit of room. Now what I can do is take some risk off the table if I wanted to. So it's 184.25 where my stop is, which is way up here, which is actually super safe. I got in at 166, so my entry is still within the noise. If I went to break even right now, I could just get wicked out, stopped out at break even, which yeah, I could do. I'm pretty nonplussed about these, to be fair. So, but yeah, waves. It's one of those shoulda, coulda, wouldas, but it's one of those assets which is just terminally dying, and I think it's got a long way to fall, personally. Around the $8 to $12 level, that sort of area. So let's just let that run, I think. But yeah, I think the purpose of this video is, I think, stand by. We could have a flurry of trades coming over the next few days. I'm just waiting for a better setup. I don't really like shorting at the end of a big old red candle. Just want to see, is there a pullback? If so, can I get in on the pullback? And I think that is it for now. More of a heads up. Oh yeah, the other heads up is that a lot of these assets are sitting on big levels of support. I will fill my boots if some of these base levels get breached. So it's not obvious on some of them. So let's just go on the daily chart here. Like for example, ADA is sat. There's a very strong level of support around the 80-cent level. That gets breached, we're looking at 40 cents. Like it's pretty horrendous on some of these support levels. Again, algo, big old support level. Today, god damn, that could be quite brutal for algo. Where's the next level for algo? Holy shit, 50 cents, 50 cent, y'all. Yeah, stand by, stand two. Again, Atom. Yeah, I'm feeling like a fat kid in a candy store right now with only $5 or something, and I'm trying to pick what is the best candy to buy with this limited amount of money. Yeah, we've already, like on the daily chart on Atom, we've already got the Kobo out from this breach. Gutted that we only got little pieces of this move. Yeah, so that's actually already breached, is there a bit? Yeah. But I guess the benefit for you guys and girls is that as of Sunday, I stopped another big, well, not a big time, a time commitment. One of my businesses, I shut down a part of a business, so I'm getting more time, and I just want to get rid of all the random meetings I have to do. So, because I do not want to be missing out on some of these. Like for example, AVAX. This is the level I want to see. I want to see broke, because then I want to see this double top play out, and I want to see AVAX move down to $40. That would be an almighty move. So we can get some pretty good shorts in AVAX. Oh yeah, Axi's fucked. Which means SLP hasn't got a hope in hell. Yeah, that level got breached a long time ago. This is, I mean, an easy target is that. Doesn't look like it wants to pull back. Oh, so many things I want to short. I just want to. I want to see what happens. Oh yeah, Sol looks like it's about to plop actually. Theta, yeah, same story. VeChain. Yeah, I don't know if you remember me saying, do not look at low tests. Like, do not look at low tests and high tests as, like Google tries to teach you. It will ruin you. And here we had a low test and it's just been obliterated. Just like, many other low tests that got absolutely destroyed. Do not use it as a reversal signal. Yeah, another one. And I've been, keeping track on XMR. There was a period of time where this was bucking the trend, but I think it seems to be getting back in order with everything else. Finally, Zcash. Nope. Zil. Oh, that doesn't really help me. I can't. Yeah, it's less clear. So yeah, going back to I don't know if you remember the trading pub where I talked about this sort of this strong level up here. Looks like it did bounce. So for now, what is this candle going to do? Is it going to pull back a bit, which means Ether is going to pull back a bit? Just want to wait. So yeah, stand by. Possible trades over the next, quite a lot of trades over the next few days, maybe.